polarization, anger, apathy. Sadly, these words describe what's going on in our current culture. It seems the harder we cry for change, the more polarization, anger, and apathy drown out our cries. Building lasting change and making an impact in people's lives is the goal of many leaders and diversity and inclusion professionals. But how do we create authentic change? Years of research shows that traditional diversity and inclusion programs leave people feeling like they're being forced to conform to well-intentioned policies and directives rather than transforming their hearts and minds. That was the problem facing Kevin Henry, Chief HR Officer at one of America's most significant and profitable soft drink bottlers, and a passionate leader in the evolving world of diversity and inclusion. He recognized many diversity programs had good messages, but often failed to create lasting change. Instead of pulling people together and cultivating openness and dialogue, these well-intentioned programs tended to push people apart because they focused mostly on differences rather than unity, the common values, vision, and the longing for belonging, dignity, and respect baked into our shared humanity. Kevin knew there had to be a better way. When I shared how the Journey of Newland's story and process, which we call J2N, inspires authentic, transformational change, he immediately saw the potential of these powerful principles. To test if the story resonated and was scalable to reach mindsets at every level, he wisely invited his son to attend the J2N movie premiere. On the way home, his son initiated a heartfelt discussion, and Kevin intuitively knew J2N was the right approach. It was fun, engaging, memorable, scalable, and multi-generational. And from there, the J2N Inclusive Leadership Experience was born. Kevin and I then collaborated to create a Valuing Differences initiative for his company, which evolved into our present J2N Valuing Differences equation. You see, without a system based on inclusive leadership, which focuses on both sharing values and valuing differences, polarization happens by default and often leads to the opposite impact of our very intentions. On the front of this penny, we see the word liberty, a universal value which allows people to have a sense of dignity, equality, and belonging in order to thrive, create, and collaborate. On the back, we see E pluribus unum, Latin for out of many, one, which articulates how our differences can lead to unity and produce optimal results. Sadly, we've allowed our differences, our greatest strength, to become our greatest weakness. The J2N approach to inclusive leadership is based on valuing differences and is unique in three ways. First, the J2N approach is principle-centered. We focus on three unchanging, interrelated principles of respect, trust, and influence. We refer to this as the RTI system. Instead of a conforming push, the J2N system through RTI generates a transformational pull. The RTI system starts with R, respect. We start with R, we focus on R, we double down on R. Authentic respect begins with suspending assumptions, where we identify and challenge deep-seated mental models, biases, and perspective, which allows us to move to valuing differences and get optimal results. Some unique things about RTI as well. RTI starts with respect, creates a path to trust, and leads to positive influence. RTI creates a context for inclusiveness, input, participation, ownership, engagement, and even mutual accountability. RTI promotes systems thinking, cross-functional, multi-level, and multicultural collaboration. RTI enhances process improvement and beneficial feedback loops. Second, the J2N approach provides an engaging experience. Our movie, story, games, and other tools provide an interactive, memorable experience to transform hearts and minds. These unique tools are what help Kevin bring together different teams from different cultures, increase personal awareness, and have honest and emotionally safe discussions about how to achieve a unifying vision of Newland by leveraging their differences. Third, the J2N approach focuses on culture and leadership. After 30 years of experience applying the principles of RTI and creating transformational change, we have found inclusive leadership as the secret to challenging and changing a system, rather than the elusive approach of micromanaging behavior and situations. A well-intentioned program doesn't do it. Training doesn't do it. Skill set alone doesn't do it. Only an inclusive leadership mindset and a supporting system can do it. You know, few initiatives in life and business are both ethical and profitable like inclusive leadership and valuing differences. And just like this penny, many times our efforts seem small and insignificant, but it all adds up to the same total as a big stack of bills. We hope you'll join us so together we can transform our organizations, communities, and yes, maybe even the world through inclusive leadership.